Hello there, very good afternoon to all our viewers and welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News with me, Joel Outgoon. We start off with a look at this afternoon's headline-making stories. Private bus employees on strike in PETA. 85 Sri Lankan illegal immigrants detained in Indonesia. The 28th session of the UN Human Rights Council to commence today. And on international headline news, the hunt for MH370 may be called off in the coming weeks. Let's now take a look at these stories in detail. On our top story this afternoon, the Court of Appeal today quashed a writ petition that had been filed by former Uva Province Chief Minister Shashindra Rajapaksa challenging the deprivation of his position. The decision of the two-judge bench comprising of the President of the Court of Appeal Justice Vijit Malalgoda and Justice A.C.J. Madhavella means that Harin Fernando may continue to function as the Chief Minister of the Uva Province. Shashindra Rajapaksa presented a petition to court saying that he was elected as the Chief Minister at the Provincial Council elections but that he was removed from his post illegally and opposition leader Harin Fernando was given his post. He requested that the ruling be quashed as the only reason Harin Fernando was appointed as the Chief Minister was due to 5 MPs of the government pledging their support to him. The lawyer representing Harin Fernando argued that based on 4 facts, the petition could not be reviewed by court. The decision of the court was to consider one of the 4 preliminary objections on behalf of Harin Fernando. President's Counsel Manohara De Silva, who was representing Shashindra Rajapaksa, said that he would file an appeal against the decision with the Supreme Court. This was allowed by the Court of Appeal. Yet on headline-making news this afternoon, a group of private bus employees carried out demonstrations in several locations across the island, citing several demands. A strike was carried out in Bastion Mavda PETA, which is the bus stop for private buses operating on long-haul routes. Protesters demand that immediate solutions must be given to the 11 demands that they have put forth. Employees charge that they have held numerous discussions with relevant government officials. However, no solution has been provided. We would like to ask the Transportation Commission and the government as to why they are utilizing bus drivers and bus conductors for private bus services without any proof. They take bribes. This is evidence. This bus conductor obtained his license 1.5 years ago. They have been renewing this licensee. Employees also noted that they dislike wearing the uniform given to them and burnt uniforms in protest. Many passengers were severely inconvenienced as a result. Passengers from several areas across the island were severely inconvenienced due to the protest conducted by private bus employees. This was the situation at the Kurunegala bus depot. Our cameras also captured the manner in which SLTB buses were provided to avoid the inconvenience the passengers would have to face. Meanwhile, Minister of Internal Transport Ranjit Mandumabandara, criticizing the actions of the private bus employees, noted that they should not inconvenience the passengers and that this strike action is unfair. But moving on to more local news this afternoon, 85 Sri Lankan nationals have been detained in Medan, Sumatra for trespassing on Indonesian territory without the necessary legal documents and passports.
The Sri Lankans were detained along with another 310 illegal immigrants. The head of Medan's immigrant detention house said that the detainees are considered to have violated immigration law, with some seeking asylum to countries such as Australia. Indonesian authorities say the immigrants entered Indonesia in wooden boats. Medan has in recent times become a transit point for immigrants before they continue their voyage to Australia to seek asylum.
The 28th UN Human Rights Council session is due to begin shortly. Foreign Minister Mangala Samaravira is to address the UN Human Rights Council against a backdrop where the publication of the OHCHR investigation on Sri Lanka, or OISL report, which was due this month, was postponed by 6 months.
The UN Human Rights Council session, which commences today, will conclude on the 27th of March. 65 countries are due to participate in this meeting. The OISL report was to be tabled this March. However, on the 17th of February, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Zeid Ra'ad Al Hussein, recommended that it be postponed by 6 months. Explaining his difficult decision, Zeid Ra'ad Al Hussein, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, said in a press release issued by his office that the deferral of the report was for one time only and guaranteed that the report would be published by September. Zeid Ra'ad Al Hussein, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, said, quote, "There should be no misunderstanding. I give my personal, absolute and unshakable commitment that the report will be published by September," unquote. The US-sponsored resolution on Sri Lanka at the UN Human Rights Council in March last year mandated the OHCHR to conduct an investigation on alleged war crimes committed during the conflict in Sri Lanka and to submit a report to the Council. 23 nations voted in favor of the resolution, while 12 voted against, with 12 abstaining.
SLFP parliamentarian Rohita Begunawardene says that a strong government led by the Sri Lanka Freedom Party will be established at the forthcoming general elections. The MP made this statement addressing a public gathering in Kalatura yesterday.
The meeting with a group of SLFP party supporters took place in Mahavaskadua, Kalatura North.
We heard that Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe is due to dissolve the government. However, the power to dissolve the government according to the constitution lies with the president. This is the situation of the country. The people of this country are keeping a close eye on their well-being and other actions undertaken. Highways were constructed, roads were constructed, large-scale development was underway. Development is needed once again in this country. It is only with the development that the country could move forward. We are ready to face a general election.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ ප්‍රමුඛ මේ රටේ සන්දානගත වෙච්ච වමේ පක්ෂත් එක්ක නැවත මේ රටේ ආණ්ඩුවක් බිහි කරන්න තමයි අපි ඔක්කොම ඒක රාසි වෙන්නේ කියන එක අපි මතක් කරා.
The Government Medical Officers Association convened a media briefing yesterday.
ජාතික වැටුප් ප්‍රතිපත්තිය නුරුස්සන පිරිස් කීපයක් ඉන්නවා.
There are several persons who are attempting to cross off the new wage structure for public sector employees. These are people who dislike stability in this country, and it is those very same individuals who create discord within the government and wreak havoc, which in turn will determine the popularity of the government. These are persons who pretend that they are with the government, but their motive is to destroy the government. The government should understand if these individuals are trying to stand up for them or are trying to protect state employees, or whether they are travelling the route of narrow politics and are working with institutions that are not related to the state for their own selfish needs and to destroy the government with it. We will not allow this to happen. Still in local news this afternoon, an environmental organization convened a media briefing in Maradani yesterday over pollution and dangers to the public health that has been caused by wastewater and gases emitted from the factory in Hanwala, Tunnana. People living in about 7,000 to 8,000 households in Tunnana and about 10 surrounding villages are facing major hardships as a result of the wastewater that comes from this factory. There is water, soil, air and noise pollution caused by this factory, which has inconvenienced the people. The villagers have held discussions with the political authorities since 2008 calling for this factory to be relocated away from Tunnana or for it to be relocated to the Biagam industrial zone.
We received an
opportunity to meet with the current President Maithripala Sirisena. We submitted to him the request that this factory be taken away from our village and that it be relocated to a more suitable area so our village is protected. We received a promise. He agreed to deliver all promises as requested. We attempted to meet him. We asked that this be relocated to a more suitable area.
When the
current president stood for election, we all pledged our support to him, regardless of divisions of SLFP, JVP or UMP, because we felt that he would deliver justice. We did not lend our support for any privileges. We did so with the hope of receiving clean water and clean air for our village. The wastewater flows to the Kalani River via the Pusvali Oya. From there, it goes to the Labugama pumping station where it mixes with purified water. The people thereby have to indirectly consume the wastewater too.
කැලණිගඟට ගිහිල්ලා යන්නේ ලබුගම පොම්පාගාරය හරහා පිරිසිදු කරන ජලයට. ඒක වක්‍රව ජනතාව අතර බීමට පවා ගන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා.
When the residents of the Tunnana area staged protest in March 2014 in Hanwala demanding the relocation of this factory, it led to clashes with the police. The OIC of the Borala police was killed in a tragic accident that occurred during the protest when a tree partially cut by the protesters collapsed on him.
United National Party parliamentarian Buddhika Pathirana donated 4 buses to the Hakmana bus depot. The buses were donated to the Hakmana bus depot under the patronage of MP Buddhika Pathirana at the Mulathiyana main bus stop. Capital goods purchased from tax money belongs to the people of this country. What we do is that we utilize the public's tax money for the service of the people of this country. I'm happy that I was able to donate 4 buses today. An environment should be created where the employees working here should be able to engage in their jobs with enthusiasm. Meanwhile, the United National Party teachers meeting was held under the auspices of UMP MP Buddhika Pathirana. Our sister radio channel Sillas FM, which revolutionized the radio broadcasting industry in Sri Lanka, celebrates its 21st anniversary today. Sillas FM, the #1 singular language radio station in the island, commenced transmission on the 2nd of March 1994. By the 24th of January 1995, Sillas FM created history by becoming the first singular radio station to commence a 24-hour radio broadcast. Sillas FM was able to win the hearts of the public through not only a number of innovative entertainment programs such as Sweta Ratriya, Miyasi Tatakya, Miyasi Aruna, Ramya Tirthya, Surya Sirasa and Dasakmal, but religious and spiritual programs as well. For the yeoman service provided to the country, Sillas FM has been recognized with prestigious awards such as the most popular radio station in 1994 and also bagged the Slim Awards consecutively from 2006.